cancer and why we get it ultimately touches the mystery of the soul. Although we may hold a particular plan for our lives or even our health, our souls have a bigger agenda. For many people, the ordeal of cancer is the very thing, perhaps the only thing, that cracks open the armor of their false self and opens a portal to an entirely new, more powerful, authentic, and expanded experience of life itself.
It all seems so heartless. A silver light. Don't you wait until the morning light.
In my last video, we were in Houston at MD Anderson. It's one of the leading hospitals in the world for cancer. It's a cancer hospital. People come from all over the world to get treatment. And George had to pull a lot of strings just to get mom in. And when we were admitted, we thought she had CNS lymphoma. On the day that she got her biopsy, which is when they drill in and they take a sample of the cancer to see what it is, she had done an MRI, and we didn't get the results of the MRI until that day of the biopsy, and it was just sent in an email, and it said glioblastoma. There was no doctor there like explaining to us anything. They just sent it to an email, and like that's a horrible email to get. And it really was hard on George. And then after her biopsy, she went into aphasia where she forgot all of her words. She forgot how to speak. So we had to take her to the hospital, to MD Anderson, the emergency room, admit her. And before, when she had this, she got better within 4 or 5 days. But this time she wasn't getting better. She was actually getting worse and declining. And George kept pressing for the doctors for the meeting for when we could start the radiation and chemo. And they pushed it back like 2 more weeks. And I will say that the MD Anderson, everybody there that works there is so friendly. The caretakers are wonderful. The nurses are wonderful. We were blessed with amazing nurses. I was there every day. I hardly saw any doctors. I met a doctor one time there. And her getting worse was terrifying for us, to the point where we're like, in our hearts, we knew something was wrong. And I told George, like, he couldn't understand why we couldn't get the appointment earlier for the chemo and radiation. And I said, because they don't think she's going to live that long. Most people don't live that long with glioblastoma. And I was praying so hard because none of these decisions are in my hands. All I'm here is to pray for mom and pray for George. And I kept praying for God to open doors. You, God, are the God that opens doors no man can shut, and you shut doors no man can open. And then we got a call from George's friend, and we got information about a holistic treatment center, a Christian-based holistic treatment center in California. And we talked to them on the phone. They said, okay, we'll take her. And we got mom out of the hospital, even though the doctors didn't recommend it. She was hallucinating. She was not good. We got her back to the Airbnb, and that was one of the worst times of my life, being with her for 24 hours in that Airbnb, because I had to take care of her. I could not leave her side for like 10 seconds because she would fall down. She couldn't walk on her own. Finally, George had this revelation, like, I need to cut back her medicine, the medicine that they gave her, because she's on steroids and anti-seizure. And as soon as he cut back the anti-seizure and the steroids, she came back to herself. And I was just like, wow, they sent us home. They didn't treat my mom. They sent us home with the wrong medicine. And then when we took her off the medicine, she comes back. And then the nail in the coffin was, even though we were planning on going to California, they still had one more meeting at MD Anderson. And George goes in with mom, and I didn't want them to go. I knew I didn't want them to go, but for whatever reason, they had to go. And I went with them to the hospital and sat in the lobby, and they came out of this meeting and looked like so defeated, because the doctor told mom that she basically has 2 weeks to 30 days to live, and that if they start radiation, oh yeah, they can start radiation and chemo, but it'll give her like maybe a couple months, maybe at the most 6 months. And this was so hard on them to hear that. And there's been really no improvement with glioblastoma with the standard of care that they provide. Obviously, this is one of the most stressful times of my life. But I'm grateful to have the peace of mind that no one can hack me because we were staying at this hotel. It's actually a nice, pretty nice hotel. I'd like to give a big thanks to Surfshark for continuing to sponsor this channel. Surfshark is a VPN company that stands for Virtual Private Network, and it works by encrypting all of the information sent between your computer and the internet. So if you are logged into a public Wi-Fi network like this hotel or a restaurant, anyone else who has tapped into that network, a hacker who is trying to steal your identity, you will be protected. The coolest feature about using a VPN is that you can change your virtual location. So even though right now I'm in the United States, I can log into a Thailand location, and my son, he can watch his TV shows and movies in Thai so he doesn't forget his Thai language.
สวัสดีครับฉันพูดไทยได้คิดถึงพ่อ This is a complicated word.
Surfshark is the best VPN on the market because it allows you to use unlimited devices for one account. They have servers in over 100 countries, and it's very easy, streamlined to use. Right now, they're offering a special deal. If you use my link, Lily's Life, you will get 4 months for free. They also have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk in trying it out. Do yourself and your family a favor and protect your online identity today. Just click the link in the description box below. The reason why MD Anderson gave us so little hope is because the way mom's brain cancer is it's inoperable. The lesion is behind her eye, and it stretches out with tendrils, with tentacles that go into the right side, and there's no way that they can operate on that because of the little tentacles and tendrils that are coming out of it. So she has stage 4 inoperable glioblastoma. It's the worst. Glioblastoma and pancreatic cancer, those are the 2 worst cancers anyone could get. So after my mom and George left MD Anderson, that day George nearly had a heart attack, and we were under so much spiritual attack. But then a couple days later, me and Luke and mom and George flew to California, to LA. We were taking off from that airplane. I just cried tears of joy. I was like, we're getting out of here. We have going to a place where we have hope. And when we got here to California, it was such a relief. And the people here were working with a scientist and a doctor and engineers and biohackers, and they're doing everything that they can to get mom healed. And we're using immunotherapy to get mom's immune system as healthy as possible to fight this cancer, because they believe that cancer comes and goes all the time from our body and our immune system fights it off. But when you are under so much maybe emotional stress, toxins, we're so grateful to be here and to show people that just because a doctor says something doesn't mean it's true. That these word curses that people put on us, we have the power to break them in Jesus' name. And when you follow the Holy Spirit's leading, he can lead you to places that you never expected you would end up. And there is hope. If you're sick, if you have cancer, there is hope. And I will show you more at the end of this video of the scientists that we're working with.
And put your palm on the hump there.
How you feeling, Mom? Good? You want to try that machine over there? Over there. Not only is Mom being treated, but our whole family is getting treatment, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Look, what do you have to say to Daddy? You feel good?
Yeah.
Make sure you open your
I
mouth.
get one.
Make sure you open your mouth, get lots of vitamins in, okay?
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, it's gonna literally be coming out of your mouth in the next
That's
couple
like a
minutes.
really good thing.
Yeah. So this is to clean the blood and to actually drive ozone through the whole body. But I'm just saying, there's many options we have.
So this is like to get the diagnosis, or?
Kind of, yeah. So this is basically a tool to measure the immune system, specifically whatever the immune system is overwhelmed of fighting off. This is the F scan right here. Right now it's sending all these little subtle frequencies within Gigi's body, communicating with the immune system and seeing what is top priority, what what is your immune system being burdened with, basically, in terms of pathogens like bacteria, viruses, parasites, fungus, mold, tapeworms, amoebas, anything of that nature. Yeah, I can even pick up plaque in the body as well.
Plaque.
Yeah.
Like
Tooth plaque.
tooth plaque.
Yeah.
Not like plaque like for the arteries or something.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's some really complex names. After the scan's done, we'll be able to pick up some different readings.
Because like tooth plaque, like does that cause disease? Tooth plaque?
Not necessarily. I mean, a lot of disease can come from the mouth.
Yeah. Like root canals. I've heard root canals are really bad, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it can pick up definitely like tooth plaque, because if you have plaque on your teeth, your immune system's going to be addressing that.
Oh, okay.
So the biome in your mouth is going to be addressing and kind of try to balance things out, you know. This is known as liver flukes or intestinal flukes. They're called fasciolopsis. Flukes or trematodes, kind of in the tapeworm family. They're flatworms. And they basically just reside in the intestines and the liver, and they kind of rob your body of nutrition. So yeah, this is basically just found a very high pathogenic load. So the way that this F-scan and the treatment works is that it finds whatever the immune system is overwhelmed with, and we treat that. And then once we do that treatment, that layer kind of sheds off like a layer of an onion. And then we uncover a new layer of the onion when we do a scan next time. And then we treat that uncovers, and then so on and so forth. Until we get to basically the core of the onion. That's where the root of a lot of the pathogens are residing and overwhelming your body. So right now we're using multiple wavelengths of light, using some blue light, also using red light, and infrared as well. Infrared isn't visible to the human eye. However, it's visible to all of our cells because our cells react to the stimulation of this light. This light is penetrating at different depths into the body, helping our cells to stimulate the release of nitric oxide or produce more nitric oxide for release. That's going to enhance the immune system, regulate blood pressure, activate stem cells, lower inflammation, boost ATP in the cell.
I don't understand.
It's reacting to our voice. Only sound. Wow.
Frequencies. Ready?
Yep, it's called ferrofluid. So how dangerous music is because it causes this huge distortion in the sand. But then when I used Michael Tyrrell's, who God spoke to him and he went to Israel, and he mapped out what they call the keys of David. So it says right here the key of David, and so he found the specific frequency called 444, which everybody's talking about 444 right now because that is a huge number in this eclipse.
I don't think your feet are going to reach the platform, but that's okay.
Are you ready for this, Luke? You excited?
Cozy. All right. Get those toes tucked.
You're doing it, Mom. That's so good. Mom's getting her haircut.
I'm
really
doing
good.
good now.
We're out for lunch, and Mom's been so good with her diet, right? Have you cheated at all? Not once.
Not one single time.
You had one raspberry, but that's okay
One
because it's low
raspberry.
carbohydrates anyway. That's George's car. Are you gonna buy a Cybertruck, or you did already?
I just did. I just got it. I'm really impressed with it. It drives great, you know.
Yeah.
And you know I've already thrown a whole bunch of rocks at it.
Yeah.
And you can't break it.
You
know?
can't break
No,
it.
you can't break it. You can't.
Look how sharp it is on the
Oh
edges.
my word, that's so
You know what I say?
Stainless steel.
I think these Cybertrucks look like somebody in the 1950s invented a
that's-
futuristic truck or car. That's what they would have made.
Mommy,
They don't really look futuristic.
Mommy,
What?
I look good. Stop
like
lying at Elon.
You don't know. Luke is a fan of Elon Musk.
No, I'm not.
Luke, show us the hotel. Here's our hotel. Luke, show us your new sofa bed. We just pulled this out. We'll give you a little tour of our room.
Yes, she's
I
definitely
have
done.
a little kitchenette area. We have 2 hotel rooms, one for me and Luke, one for Mom. Let's see Mom.
Wait.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, you look good. And she was just doing this pulsetto machine, and that goes around her neck, and it stimulates the vagus nerve and helps relax the nervous system. And show them your visor,
That's
Mom.
mine. This is a visor tech.
It's like a neuro visor.
And that
it
helps
uses-
for your brain.
Shines these 9 lights that stimulate your neuroplasticity of your brain.
Yep. I need to get this up.
All day we're detoxing, right?
Yeah.
Treatments all day.
All day.
What's your favorite machine?
I like the dome.
The
There's a
hypo.
dome.
It's
Oh,
called
yeah.
a hypobaric
I
chamber,
love that.
and it stimulates going up into that atmosphere like an
I don't know,
airplane.
but let me tell you.
She goes in
on this
there.
Rebecca portrait thingy, and it was so nice. I just lay there and go, wow.
Yeah. So how you feeling?
I'm doing pretty good.
You
Actually,
got your
I'm
hair
really,
done the other day.
I did. I had my hair done, so I was really good
We went
about
out to
that.
lunch.
Went to lunch, and then I often.
Guess what? We have our own beds.
Sometimes I
One for
go
there
back
and
to
the second
sleep.
one
I
here.
slap a little bit in the afternoon.
Tired.
Because I get tired.
Well, it's a lot. You're healing from so much.
Yeah, but I really don't look good. Ah, but it is what it is.
Look how strong Gigi's going.
Gigi's actually become strong. I think Gigi needs to get better doing this.
Yeah. Who's coming?
Hey, guess what? We can put our luggage down here.
How are you feeling, Mom?
I'm feeling good.
What are you doing right now?
I'm doing some kind of treatment for my. Well,
For vitamins,
Yes.
to help you get more vitamins into your body.
yeah.
I'm doing it too. I've got my own little thing. We're doing it together.
Okay, now I'm ready to operate. I'm just now ready to remove these teeth.
Stop it. Stop.
Here I come. Okay, here I come.
And what are we doing today, George?
We are pulling several teeth that have had root canals,
Uh-huh.
and root canals using a old-fashioned technique that is not good for you. Some of these are very close to the brain, particularly this one over here, which I've identified
Yeah.
as a problematic tooth. Therefore, I've suggested to the dentist that this tooth be pulled. I've been advising the doctors very carefully
Yeah.
on the flaws of old dentistry, where they use mercury fillings,
Mercury.
which could be very, very...
Well, the weirdest thing is I thought I had them all taken out.
Really? You've had 3 root canals.
they lie.
3 root canals. So this one over here, particularly on the left-hand side, because of the location of the tumor, which we've been fighting,
Uh-huh.
it's very close to the brain and very potentially
Right there.
damaging. Right
And
in
that
here.
tooth is supposedly connected to the brain.
Well,
for some
your
reason, I
teeth
don't know.
are always connected.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get sepsis in your teeth,
Yeah.
it can kill you. Let me just go get my toolbox, because I've got pliers, I've got wrenches, I've got all those things.
We're trying our best to. What am I doing? I don't know.
You're trying to look cute. That's what
There
you're
you
doing.
go. I'm trying to look
But we're
cute.
looking at these scans of her teeth, and the strange thing is that George and I were noticing is that the tumor in her head is shaped like an octopus, and it's starting. The bulb of it is on the left side,
Over
and the
here,
tentacles
coming, the
go
tentacles
out,
coming to the right side.
and the tooth also looks like an octopus.
There I am. I am Persian, but
Persian,
the
yes.
last name sounds Armenian, but I'm actually not Armenian.
Oh my gosh, the mercury's leaking. So meeting with the dentist, she was so knowledgeable and informative. The mercury fillings is not where the root canal is actually, which is good because she doesn't have to pull the whole teeth, but it is a challenge getting those mercury fillings out without causing more contamination from whatever poison that they're leaking. And do you know that in Europe, most European countries, mercury is banned in dentistry, but not in America.
In the town on the hill where the apples grow, and the church bells ring every hour.
You want to go on the beach?
I took a little walk just to see the
We're in Santa Monica.
This is where we park, okay?
Shore Hotel. We valet park. Santa Monica is so beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful? So right up here is where we had lunch with Bobby Kennedy.
George, your mom had a private
Right
lunch
up here
with
is where we had lunch with Bobby Kennedy on Father's Day.
ships coming in. The sun rose.
I didn't think I would love California so much, but the weather is amazing. And it's been like, I guess really rainy here, so it's so green.
I want to go to the beach.
Look, do you like California?
Yeah, I want
Doesn't he look like a California boy with his oversized sweatshirt?
Sun rose up right above the highway. Black, blue, red, yellow, golden sky.
I'm happy because Gigi's getting her teeth fixed next week. Getting those mercury fillings taken out. And if any of you guys have mercury fillings, you could take them out. I think you really should consider doing that.
It's like the day that you jump into the wind. I can't go back down to that water again. These old muddy shoes keep on walking streets. Someone's bride buying Egyptian sheets. The window display of some little store in town. There's my reflection against the morning light. Hello, Mr. Ghost, Mr. Skeleton White. You better comb your hair, you better wipe that George clay off your brow. You better stand up straight, man, these people hardly recognize you now. Lord, carry me like a sailing ship. Comfort me before I slip around the dark side of the moon. All this spinning around hurts my head.
How beautiful this is. What do you think?
I just sit here alone saying
The bush is right next to
for you. There's a million things.
A lot of people moved from California to Idaho.
Oh.
And now Mom and George are thinking about moving from Idaho to California. It's just really expensive. That's the only problem.
Gigi, let's take your hands and put them right here, honey. All right, and then just kind of straighten out your body just a tiny bit.
Don't be scared.
There you go, good. We'll go a long ways with a thankful heart.
And my sister's coming today.
Oh my.
She's flying in from Maryland.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I know it takes a lot.
So Lena, what are you giving my mom today?
So today I'm doing the ozone IV. So I'm drawing her blood, and then I'm gonna put it in that bag up there, and then injecting some ozone into it, and then reinfusing it back into her.
And that's good for?
That's good for like detoxification.
Detoxification. Yeah. Do you like this, Mom?
Yeah, sure.
And look, you got some injections on your face for the. Oh, that's ozone, right? I think they did ozone leachings because of the mercury fillings that are leaking.
And I told them out, and I don't think they took them out.
Never trust a dentist. No. Except I should say that unless you know that they're a good dentist.
No, seriously, I went 2 days with a this dental thing, and it was 10 hours right, and they didn't do it. I know they didn't.
Shame on them. So this is B vitamin now?
B vitamins, magnesium, glutathione, and regenerin.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds good, right?
One drop, one drop, one drop, one drop, one drop.
Oh, I keep texting. Hey! How's
Surprise my senses. No one.
Hey,
It's come to take you for the horseback ride.
I
on the
know, I'm
Hollywood
just
Hills.
talking about that. That was so amazing. Hey, Pauline. So good to see you.
Good to see you. It's very nice you're here from Thailand. Such an exciting place.
I do, don't I?
You do, yeah.
Yeah, you look pretty good.
All things considered, I can't be a damn thing.
Ah, sweetheart.
Walk.
You're sitting here. We're just sitting there. And let's
People have been marvelous. The weather has been.
His older brothers.
Yeah,
It was like a parking lot. I mean, it was just.
I've seen him.
that's because they closed.
And
closed
he's not the best with kids, but he lives in, him and his wife Pauline live in California. They picked Beverly up, and Beverly's staying with us.
That way.
And Beverly, say hi.
You and thousands
You're
of
going
other
to be
people.
a big character in this saga.
Come Ventura Highway.
I am funny.
But that was exactly what they said. You know, they said it will wipe it out about 75%, and in 2 weeks it will have grown back. In 2 weeks it will have grown back. So there was just no. Yeah, it was pointless. It was a pointless treatment, and it was cruel because Susan would have lost all her hair. She would have been nauseous. She would have not been able to have any quality of
I
life.
remember reading your website. It sounds like, the first thing we do is go and do the surgery and remove 99% of it. And we follow that
Yeah,
up.
unfortunately, this was non-operable.
Yeah, right.
These were lesions that were not tumors, so they were lesions. And so
They don't say that on the website.
there was no, well, not all are. I mean, there's a lot of glioblastoma that's operable.
Yeah, there
Right?
is.
Most of it is. This is an unusual situation where it's not. And so now we're dealing with a situation where you've got to attack it, not through any surgical means whatsoever.
Is that because of the location?
Well, it's because of two things. It's because it's not a tumor. It's actually like a large kind of scab, if you imagine. It's a lesion. It's not a tumor. A tumor would be more like a golf ball.
A localized
You could
thing,
go, yeah, but also contained within a membrane.
Yeah.
This is not contained within a membrane. It's like an octopus that is located right where her speech is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then we're probably ruining everybody's dinner next to us. But I mean, it's anyway. It's just, but then it's come through.
They think you ordered an
it's
octopus for dinner.
It's come through. It's come through. There you go.
Call it calamari.
It's come through to the other side, to the right side of the brain, in sort of a tentacle-like structure.
Yeah.
No thanks, I'll pass. I don't want any of that. I'll just take my chances. No thanks, no doubt. Made it this far somehow. I'll just take my chances.
Mom's getting her foot bath under the Rife machine, which is turned on for inflammation and brain health, and she's eating her special ketogenic lunch that I made her. How is it, Mom?
Really good. Not too hungry, so I'm not going to eat all of it. Just
Eat what you can. Peggy, what is this machine here?
This is called the Avicen,
Yeah,
and it treats inflammation.
and she puts her hand in there, and then that treats inflammation in her whole body. Look what we have. Grilled chicken, grilled steak. Mom's on keto, and we're all doing keto together.
Yes, we are.
Except for when we hide in private.
And Phoebe's got her song beginner.
What do you have? What do you have? You went to Target.
I went to
and you
Target.
acted like it was for Luke, but it
But
was.
it was really for me. I was so hungry.
what did you do?
I didn't eat anything, but I wanted to. I got Lily her. Got chomps. I got.
You can just tell the truth.
Okay,
Well-
I got Lily shots of peanut butter.
I'll play it upside down and we'll sit it on.
Wow, look at
we
that.
are.
Looks so good, Mom. And you need to be careful. We met with a nutritionist on Zoom, a nutritionist who had glioblastoma, the same brain cancer that Mom has, and she was given 6 months to live. And now, 11 years later, she healed
still
it
alive.
from strictly her diet, and so she went through everything we need to change, and there's a lot of changes. It was actually so overwhelming. I kind of cried about
We're
it.
working on it.
Like, we've had to change all of our cutlery, like the stainless, everything has to be stainless steel and not, it can't even be cast iron because Mom has an iron problem, so she can't eat. Cast iron activates the iron in your food, so we're cooking on stainless steel. She has to eat ketogenic, but not the same type of ketogenic for weight loss. Like, it has to be really high fat because her body has to be burning ketones. It cannot be absorbing glucose.
And I'm so hungry.
But you can eat, and the
I
food
can
is
eat.
good and flavorful. Everything organic.
I've been eating,
everything
eating
organic.
the whole time, but
We
now
even
I
have to change
eat
our
more.
coffee. We need to drink this expensive coffee. I guess Mom will be having the expensive coffee, and I'll be drinking the Folgers. But it has to be mold-free coffee. She can have organic cream in it. We have to be careful with the type of salt. She shouldn't even be having Celtic sea salt because it's from the sea.
Oh my God.
And the
Yeah,
radiation.
just
She has
put it
high levels
right
of
there.
radiation.
Is that too?
Yep, it is really good.
Luke, what are you gonna eat?
Broccoli this.
Do we have?
Mom, what are you doing?
Well, honestly, I'm so hungry. And we have avocado and butter.
Organic.
And I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah, just
because
show us how you're gonna eat
if
it.
I had a spoon, I would do that.
No,
Nope.
it's
So
too-
here I go. I'm gonna slurp it this way because I'm really, really hungry.
And it's good for you.
Okay, here we
Okay.
go.
And Luke has his nunchucks. Nunchucks?
Nunchucks.
Nunchucks.
N-U-N.
All we really have is time. I don't wanna waste it on anybody. Take it with anybody but you. I don't wanna waste it on anybody. Take it with anybody but you.
Every morning I wake up early and I come over to Mom and George's room for coffee because they're right across the hall. And George gets all of her medicine. Let me switch it. Is this a lot of medicine, George?
Well, it's a number of supplements and pills and things of that nature that we give her every single morning. They seem to be having a positive effect.
Yeah,
So I'm happy
morning
about
and
that.
evening, right?
Morning, evening, and then several things at noon. And then there's all these tinctures, right? So all of these types of things that are given every single morning. And then this is
Special mineral.
gallium maltonate,
Uh-huh.
maltolate, and that is probably the thing that is having the most effect.
They had a clinical trial for gallium maltolate, right?
Yeah.
And it was effective, but Mom's not able to get into that, so we're just doing it on our own.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that it was effective on rats.
Okay.
So,
And it's
if
effective.
Mom was a rodent,
Yeah, if it worked on the rats, maybe it'll work on her.
anyway, but we do believe it's having
Yeah.
an impact because if she was following the timeline that was set forth for this disease by the folks at MD Anderson, then she shouldn't be doing nearly as well as she is. So
Yeah.
while we don't know yet, because we haven't done the right testing to know, we are optimistic that we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Getting that thing off of my head.
What, the cancer?
No, I had 6 weeks of that thing in my head.
Oh, is that
And
the
it was-
sound you're talking about?
No, I'm talking
Oh,
about
the stitches from the
Yes.
biopsy when they
And it
drilled
was
into your
so
head.
Awful. It was like having a mark of the beast on me. That's what it
Yeah,
felt
like you felt like it was like a curse almost, so you
Yes.
wanted to get free of that.
And I couldn't do anything about it. And it was this deep in my brain, in my brain, and I just couldn't get it out, and it was so horrible.
Mom, do you like that powdered gallium maltolate you have to take in the morning?
If you smelled that, you would die, but I gotta take it.
And I gotta go cook you breakfast right after.
Yeah, so what I do is I eat all this stuff here. Here it is. But you know what? It's keeping me alive. And I'm so thankful. And late whoever, I have trouble, you know, I can't speak, so, but I'm good, okay?
She's good today.
Every day I'm
Every
good.
day.
Every day is good. Every day is good.
Amen.
Because if I didn't, I'd be dead. There you go.
Only stainless steel, not even cast iron, because the iron, Mom needs to have low iron, and cast iron.
But if she needs to have low iron, why would they recommend spinach to eat?
Because your body doesn't actually absorb spinach.
Then why eat it? Why do they recommend?
It's a fallacy. Your body doesn't absorb the spinach, the iron in the spinach. Only if it's been activated. If you want to raise your iron levels, you eat steak. Steak is the highest. Red meat is the highest in iron.
Well, they always tell you not to eat so much red meat. Red meat's bad for you.
No, that's what the elite, the elite New World Order, they don't want you to eat red meat. Red meat is a superfood. It's the best thing you could eat for your body. You know what's disgusting? Those plant-based burgers. There's so many chemicals in them. They're not even fit for a dog to eat. The trick to cooking with stainless steel, is
Get it really hot.
get it hot. Do you know who I'm talking to, Aunt Bev? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my camera. I was just going with it. One of the keys to fighting this cancer is through metabolic therapy, because cancer is a disease of mitochondrial dysfunction. So cancer cells suffer mitochondria damage from environmental factors like chemicals, radiation, viruses, and inherited gene mutations. Cancer cells are fermenters of glucose and glutamine, and so cancer needs glucose to survive. This is demonstrated with how a PET scan is used to diagnose cancer. An injection of radioactive sugar lights up the malignant cancer cells because they use glucose at a much higher rate than normal cells. So a ketogenic diet where the body is burning ketones and fat instead of glucose and glutamine can be a kill switch for cancer. How does that look, Mom?
It looks really good, except tonight I feel sick.
So all that medicine. Despite the fact that Mom uses lots of salt and loves salt, she is low in sodium in her body. So we've been increasing her salt.
We work really hard and everything, really hard. So I'm gonna stay home today and rest, because if I don't rest, I get really weak. So Beverly and my sister and everybody are going to church, and I'm resting. Because that's what the doctor told me. He said, do nothing. See this? This is the nastiest spell you ever had tasted in your life.
Did you try it, George?
Nothing was nasty than this paste.
You ready?
Yeah. Yuck. I mean, if you ate this, you would die. It's like taking, seriously, it's like taking it's like taking, how do you say it? It's like
Really
soft.
bad.
There's just nothing as nasty as this.
Here we are. Mom, how's this food?
It's really good because Lily's a good helper.
We have arugula salad, and Bev helped doing that too.
Salt.
And we have
Salt. It's kind of like a
It's kind of like a beef stroganoff with a leftover steak that George cooked the other night. And then I
Which
added
is
some
outstanding.
hamburgers. George is the best griller. Then I added some cream sauce that I bought from the farmer's market this morning.
Everything has at least a quarter cup of fat.
Yeah. So great for mom, but for some of us who aren't fully in the
hope I can
keto, we're
buckle
gonna
my
be.
seatbelt up in the plane.
Hey, you couldn't see it coming. You might have thought it, but you couldn't change it. Hey, it's not right or wrong. It's about trying. Find the
Getting all your stuff. What is the Botswana? Is that, or Basuela? Is that what you gave her?
It's a anti-swelling.
Because, yeah, people keep saying take that. How you feeling, Mom?
Good, babe.
Oh, look, she's got her spark back. And what's that?
This is a secret formula that no one knows. Neural prescription by Wizard Sciences.
So a lot of this stuff is like, it's natural, but it's also scientifically enhanced.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, goodness gracious, aspirin is a really, really good drug, right? But it comes from the bark of a tree.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah, so I mean, all these things,
and they're from...
the difference is that they don't come from petroleum products. Hey, baby.
What? You look so good, Mom.
I put extra stuff on.
Yeah, well, you look beautiful.
This week was kind of hard because I was really tired, so pretty much up and on I slept. But today I'm ready to hit it because we work every day, 5 days a week.
We're going to treatments all day, yeah.
This is called DTX2. It's a detox for high-frequency toxins. A lot of the effort here is to get toxins that have accumulated over a long time out of her body so that her immune system can fight what it needs to fight, which is the cancer, instead of being sidetracked by toxins. This is a brain enhancer. This is just generalized brain health. This is something that I have no idea what it is. It's called Heal. I think it's probably a homeopathic thing.
She's doing a lot of homeopathic stuff too.
Here you go.
So much different stuff. It's like a full-time job just doing all this, right, George?
Oh yeah.
Every morning, every evening.
This is a specific salt that her brain, that they determined was missing from her brain. Here you go, babe. It's curcumin mixed with boswellia, mixed with a special tonic that she takes to calm down her stomach.
And it tastes okay?
No.
Tastes just like orange juice.
No, it tastes like
freshly.
It's disgusting, but I do it.
It tastes like freshly squeezed.
No, it does
orange
not.
juice. Oh, yes,
It tastes like poison.
No, orange juice. It's
100
highly
times.
concentrated curcumin.
Yeah, like
really super. It's German, a German product.
a lot of the stuff is German,
The
right?
Boswellia is German.
The
curcumin
Oncobel.
is German. The Oncobel is French. It's like the UN here. I mean, man, we got stuff from everywhere.
Which ones are you gonna get?
So we're definitely getting the Ormus Gold. We're getting the silver for your mom's gums. And I'm just looking to see.
Doing 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Which is, woo!
That's a long time.
So is this your shop?
Yeah.
Wow, so cool.
Oh, thank
He's
you.
a legend.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I got this 3 weeks ago. I ordered it last November, and it took a long time.
Oh my goodness.
But if you ever want to come and do a session, I mean, it's on the house. Come and check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, you can bring your wife and.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is it really cold?
And likewise with the.
Oh, you can put your hand in there. Right now it's at 56.
Okay, not too bad.
Okay, yeah, I could do
Yeah.
that. Really quick, not long, maybe 1 minute.
Well, yeah, I mean the whole point really is like anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes or longer if you can. Like I mean, at first I could do like 3 to 4 minutes, and now I'm like up to 12 12 to 15 minutes,
Yeah.
you know. But the whole point is most people would just get in for a couple minutes,
Yeah.
right? And it stimulates your whole nervous system. It's helping people with PTSD. It's
Yeah.
helping cancer patients. It helps with your immune system. It helps with so many different things in different
Yeah.
stages. So,
And what got you into healing or this selling that stuff?
really, cannabis.
Really?
Well, in the beginning, we opened in 2006.
Uh-huh.
So, and I started the cannabis shop in 2006.
Yeah.
Really to help people with cancer. I lived in Topanga and I met a Vietnam vet.
Uh-huh.
I was working in the movie business. He asked me to help him grow cannabis, and I said no.
Yeah.
I said that's absolutely illegal. I'm against that. I grew up in a foster home
Yeah.
my whole life. My mother worked in a safe house for battered women and children in Michigan, and they were absolutely against cannabis and over all drugs. And my mom had this wolf nose. I mean, literally, she'd be sitting in the chair. I grew up in Orange County, and she'd walk in the door and she'd be like, you were drinking. And the girl would be like, oh, the kid. Like, my mom just had that wolf nose, you know?
Yeah.
And I was so against drugs at that time. But after I read about cannabis and started learning, by then I was 32, I was like 32 years old. Then I just got so angry. I was pissed off because then I realized, dude, you've been lied to your whole life. And all this is trash. Prior to that, though, when I lived in New York, my dad got stage 4 cancer, and that's how I got into herbs, by me going, oh shit, how can I help my dad?
Yeah.
They had a Whole Foods there that was, like a little smaller than this. It was a little neighborhood, like all organic, vegan market, and the guys in there just really knew their herbs. They helped me. I bought a bunch of stuff and sent it to Michigan to my dad, and was on the phone all the time. Take that.
Yeah.
You know?
And he took it.
Well, he got it, yeah, and with that, he did chemo too because, my dad's old-fashioned. He was really old.
Yeah.
But he eventually went into remission.
Wow.
So, and he
Yeah.
did do the Essiac teas and all the stuff that I sent him. Because of my mom, but he went into remission. So that's kind of how I started.
Yeah.
Then that's how all this started. And then when I got into the cannabis, and I was trying to help cancer patients, help this guy who got sick in the Vietnam War, it all just kind of snowballed. And by 2007, I had over 100 different types of herbs and teas, and then it's just morphed.
Yeah.
Now this is our 18th year, so. So this is a hyperbaric chamber.
And I used to have a couple MOPAs, so this
So-
is a really awesome ripe machine right here, Lily, called the MOPA.
So there's different types of ripe machines.
Oh, there's many.
Yeah.
And then hyperbaric, red light
Hyperbaric.
therapy.
This is a red light therapy.
Wow! Oh my gosh! I don't know if you see this on the camera. It's so strong.
And then this is amp coil, and this has been helping people with Lyme's, Crohn's, autoimmune
Yeah.
disease. I mean, I really like that for home use for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Bigelow, he came to our office and he actually gave us a amp coil in exchange for neurovisors. So we have the new amp coil too.
Awesome. Yeah, I think for a person at home, it's great.
Yeah.
Because they can take it home, no matter what they're going through. We've used it for pain, use it for headaches, for sleep. I use it on my dog.
So what do you do? Just put it like.
Well, it's a ring. It's about this big, and it actually works in a 4-foot circumference.
Yeah.
So anyone that's like, 2 people can be sitting on the side. You can put it between you, and it will work on both of you.
So
I
something-
have one at the
frequencies.
house, and when I want
Yeah.
use it, the dog jumps up and gets on it too.
dog's like
The
it.
dog realizes it.
Yeah, realizes it, and
Yeah.
and they'll want to, or
They
cats.
know.
Cats will want to be near it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you can buy that online, or you buy it here?
No, you can't buy it. Yeah, you can go online. And I don't know, are you a rep for them? No. Yeah, you could go to their website and connect to them, and then they sell them. I don't sell them.
So people come here and they book sessions. They do the hyperbaric.
Hyperbaric or amp coil. They do
Yeah.
the Rife. They do the red light, or they'll do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the same thing. They use a sauna. And then soon, I'm going to be doing breath courses and dunks at like 6:30, 7:30 in the morning.
Cool.
The gold amplifies our pineal gland and opens us up so that we can transmit in lots of different ways.
Yeah.
With this gold, this is what we've been telling people, and this is how people come back. It helps with stress, anxiety, it helps with irritability, and it helps with grounding. We don't look at Ormus as
Every
a mineral.
neuron in your brain has an atom of gold.
Okay.
So you're gonna replenish all of your gold in your brain.
So say we all want to be better people, right? Or better in things. I mean, innately,
Yeah.
right? Even say you're having an argument or going through a discussion with somebody. With this, you will notice that you'll go, oh wait, I'm not living my higher self. I'm not being the being I want to be. I'm not having this communication properly that I really want to have. But it helps that conscious and unconscious align at that moment.
Yeah.
And then helps you shift how you're communicating with somebody and really like stop yourself to a point and then take on the attributes that you want to shine.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been seeing and been privileged to hearing and watching with people. I have major stars on tour taking this gold, coming back from tour, telling me, man, I took that, I played over here, I was on stage, and I just felt so more locked in. I felt like I was like present
Yeah.
more.
So you have gold and you have the silver.
Yes. So the silver, the guy that makes our silver and the gold, he has been working with the Gershon Institute for over 20 years, making silver and giving it to them. And he's helped tons of people using his silver. That's how I found him, because I met a woman and they were selling it in their store and he was making it for them and they were using it for Lyme's and Crohn's disease.
Yeah.
And they were drinking 4 ounces of it twice a day.
Oh, so people, you have a website where people can order this from you online?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I can't keep stuff in stock, so if you're gonna advertise for him, have them all come directly here.
Cool.
Rain and fire, highs and lows, you name it. Cold and warmth, laughs and cries, you have it. The world goes by, and by the time it does, you miss it.
What do you think about all this, Aunt Bev?
Well, it's something in it. It's out of this world. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would experience something like this. All this different ways of thinking about healing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but if it works, amen, brother.
Yeah.
Bring it on, right?
Yeah, bring it
Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it in.
This, we would be Ditto and a doornail.
You'd be in that cemetery right across
Yes, the street. Amen.
Y'all
Brother
look
Ben.
like-
Shot
y'all
a
look like
rooster,
you're in
killed
the-
a hen.
Y'all look like you're in the Ray Charles Healing Center over there.
We are, with this bright light.
Those black glasses on, they look incredible.
You know why? Because I've got that big old fat face.
Here we sit under the Rife Machines brain healing program. And God bless George for all of this treatment that your mom is doing, because it's not covered by the insurance.
No, it's hard because it is what it is. We're trying our best. That's all we can say.
And how are you
Look at my
feeling?
little cheeks because I'm on some kind of
steroids.
Yes. So all of a sudden I've got these little cheeks. Cheeks.
But you're not in pain, which is such a blessing.
No, I wouldn't, if I didn't know I had cancer, I wouldn't even know I had it.
You're doing so good. And it's been 34 days since they told you that you would have 30 days to live.
Oh my God.
Are you feel so glad you're out of that place?
Mm-hmm. I feel real good. Because I have used Miss Peggy. She helps me.
How are you doing, Peggy?
Yeah, I'm not going to let you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't believe in that.
And they told you, the doctors told you that you would have...
I'd be gone by 40.
At 40? And you're how old now?
89.
Do you mind sharing that with people?
No, I'm 89.
89 years old, and
They're
you're
all
working
dead and
every
gone.
day. And they're all dead and gone. So doctors don't know everything, right? Only God knows the days that we
because
are.
they're only practicing.
Yeah.
That's what it says. Practicing medicine.
Practicing, yeah. They're only practicing.
Yeah,
That's so good.
yeah, they're not sure of anything. That's right. They're just into selling pills.
Guess what? We're gonna go to Thailand together.
I am. My hair is dirty though. Ooh. But you know what? I waited a longer time to do it because too much rubber. I'm tired. Sometimes I get to the point and I just can't think.
Oh, we're good. I'll come back out in a couple weeks. And you come out, okay? Lily, please. We're talking and I can come back out.
It's so freaking hard. It could be worse. Look how good we're doing, okay?
Yeah.
We're doing so good, and I'm gonna have a good spirit today. I'm not putting this yet. Okay, we can stay home if you want to. If you choose to stay home, then stay home. Okay? Yeah. I'm gonna go to we're just gonna. I might end up just going to the Sharmer's Market and then home, and then
Look, you're gonna miss Aunt Bev. Yeah. Give her a big hug, okay?
I had fun with you.
You have fun, Luke?
Oh, we're picking with us.
the world like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same.
Welcome to California. I should say the truth. I've been so sad today since Beverly left.
Don't cry!
She's like my last link to my hometown, and I haven't been to my hometown in nearly 10 years.
Mommy, give me
I think saying goodbye brought a lot of issues, a lot of abandonment.
Mommy, can you just take it beautiful?
It was so emotional, more than I ever thought it would be. Look how beautiful this is, though.
Mommy.
Till 6 a.m. Wrote 5 songs all just for you. 3 of them.
Can you show your office?
Sure.
Look how fancy this office is.
All right, hold on. Let me say a quick prayer, Luke. So, Father God, I just ask you to come into this room, come into our hearts, and let it not be my words, but your words. Oh, it's already filming?
Yeah.
Are you going to cut it? Okay, cool. Oh my goodness. All right. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Hi everyone, my name's Justin Earl Ballard. Such an honor to be on Lily's channel. I'm actually a fan. Me and my wife started watching the channel about 2 months ago. We heard about Gigi and what she was going through. She was going through a terrible diagnosis at MD Anderson, and they mentioned there was nothing they could do for her. In fact, they gave her, I think, 2 weeks to live. We hear on news that we're full of junk DNA, but we're not full of junk DNA, we're full of God DNA. And so how do you activate that? And so Gigi got the procedure. Hopefully that's okay to say. And then what we've been doing is we've been supporting her spiritually. So she's been coming to church, and we have a whole army of people praying for her. And then also we work on helping detox the body and helping it stay strong while you're going through something like cancer or whatever sickness or disease. So here we have a Christian nonprofit. We don't treat any disease here, but we treat the person who has disease. So to speak, if your body is sick, we treat you, and if your body gets healthy, then your body is able to overcome that sickness. And so the goal is that the healing is an inside job, not an outside job. So Gigi's been coming here, and she's been doing foot baths, she's been doing detoxing, she's been doing light therapy, and then of course we have a form of neurofeedback, so we can look and see the health of her brain waves, and which is really cool because Gigi struggled. She couldn't even really form a sentence. And so I'd be like, all right, Gigi, say the alphabets. And she couldn't even get past the letter E. So that being said, it's been so great to talk to her. And as we know, healing is not linear. It's up and down. But now she just rattled off. She counted to 30 yesterday without even missing a beat, and she's got some humor and some attitude in it, which is really cool. And then she's also extremely conversational and has regained the ability to use her right arm again, which is so cool. So we've seen some really powerful miracles. So we've been working really diligently to make sure that she's eating the right food. And then I found out that she slept on her iPad for 5 years. So basically she had insomnia, and her iPad was helping her fall asleep. And so I'm the inventor of KEET Technologies. So KEET Technologies stands for Quantum Energy Exchange Technologies. And I started to research radiation and the effects of 5G and Bluetooth and geopathic stress. A lot of people don't realize that our electrical outlets have really dirty electricity that broadcasts to the home. And then we have our Wi-Fi routers. And so all of this radiation, this electromagnetic field, this dirty energy that's coming into the body has now been coming out. Scientists and doctors, they've been talking about the dangers of your cell phone and literally causing brain cancer, causing all kinds of diseases in the body. So immediately we needed to take care of Gigi's exposure to radiation and EMF, especially since the brain is so sensitive. So I create multi-wave oscillators, which are these big antenna discs, and we put one in her room, and that helps harmonize about 70% of that bad radiation that she's around. And then she also wears this bracelet. So this is my latest invention. It's called the Keep bracelet. It has black tourmaline in it, which is a natural piezo-pyroelectric. And when you wear it on your left wrist, on your pericardium point, what it does is it strengthens the polarity of the body. So our body is electromagnetic. So what happens is when you put this on, it strengthens your magnetic field. So when you are blasted by radiation or 5G towers or things that are really harmful to the communication of the cells or the nucleuses inside of each cell of your body, this harmonizes it so those distortions don't cause static. And the way I have heard it, and it really resonates with me, that cancer is the most loneliest cells in the body because they've lost communication. So if we can protect the body and protect that communication in the body, then we're going to stay as healthy as possible. So I hope this helps, and I'm such again honored to meet Lily, and so been great. We've been going on ministry, so we've been visiting widows and praying for the sick, and really doing what Jesus called us to do, which is get out there and spread the word, spread the gospel. And of course, God is our healer. And so I've been able to see people healed just through the power of prayer. And I think it doesn't take too much effort now with the internet to hop online and see the power of prayer. There are thousands of testimonies of people being healed just by prayer. So I'm really grateful that that Gigi is a prayer warrior, that Lily's a prayer warrior, and her whole family is praying and supporting her through this really, really tough time, because the power of prayer is the strongest medicine on earth. And I know that myself because I was very sick about 10 years ago. I was at UCLA. I was having uncontrollable seizures. So I had seizures for about 15 years. And it started off with what I thought were migraines. And then the neurologist found that I was actually having functional seizures. And after 13 different medications and going into clinical trials, my body started to shut down. And so that was one of the greatest things that happened to me. Who would have thought something like a life-threatening illness or disease or cancer could be the best thing that ever happened to you, because it brought me to Jesus. It literally woke me up. And so now I literally proudly wear the cross and proudly go out and proclaim the name of Jesus, because that is why we're here. Remember, our bodies are only temporary. Your chromosome 2 is wired to where we kind of have what they call a kill switch. So our body stops replicating and staying young. So in this short amount of time on earth, 100 years is nothing, right? If we spend an eternity with God for billions and trillions of years, right? You can't even measure eternity. What is 100? And I think of it as like money. If you had $1 billion and somebody took $100 from you, you would not care, because there's so much abundance there. So God is going to give us this life abundant, eternal. So we have 100 years, if we're lucky, to prove what we're made of, to show God that even though I have a terminal diagnosis, even though I'm in excruciating pain, even though I'm having seizures or a cancer diagnosis, or it seems like the whole world is ending, we have the ability to say, God, even in the worst day of my life, I'm going to praise you. And that's what it's all about. So I hope this inspires people. And that's what the reason we started Just Hope, so we can give people hope and remind them that the power of prayer is the greatest medicine on earth. So God bless everyone, and thank you, Lily, for putting me on your channel.
Thank you so much for everything you've done for my family.
Of course. If there's any questions you have, or if the viewers want to, they have some interesting questions. I'm a research scientist, so I just went public a few months ago at JAHC. So I do basically live blood analysis on sarcode and nosode therapy. So we've just had an amazing presentation. In fact, several people doctors have been coming to me and they said, this is the most powerful presentation they've seen in 50 years. And so we get to show the power of frequencies and the power of prayer and how your blood responds to it. It's really quite extraordinary. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to educate a lot more people and get this message out to the world that we are not weak, but we are strong and we are powerful.
Amen.
Amen.
Then they inside